Following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by SFG Medicare. Many people are getting ready for vacations this summer, but if you're out of state and a medical emergency arises, are you still covered on your Medicare? Well, here to help us get Medicare educated and also to share with us some very important news are Andrew Price and Jason Piercy. Gentlemen, thank y'all for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about this. A lot of people are gearing up for vacations right now. They need to know whether they're covered when they're on vacation if they're on Medicare.
Yeah, that's always a big question we get during the summer is what do you do or are you covered if you're out of state and you have an emergency? The good thing about Medicare plans is under an emergency, you're always covered.
Right.
So if you go to, you cut your hand fishing or, worst case, have a heart attack.
Right.
If you go to the emergency room, then you're always covered just like you would be here.
So no matter what, you go to an emergency room, you're going to be covered with Medicare.
In the United States, yes.
And talk to us about urgent care. So like, say it's something not as serious, but you have to go to an urgent care. You're not feeling well or something of that nature.
Right, so emergency rooms are for emergencies, the big stuff.
Right.
But sometimes you're on vacation, you're just feeling sick.
Right.
Well, a doctor usually won't see you if you don't have any kind of relationship with that doctor, and so that's what urgent cares are for. So if you're just feeling sick, it's treated as an emergency, so there again you're going to be covered,
right,
and you can just walk in, get treated, and hopefully get back to your vacation.
And Jason, we hear about network plans all the time. We hear about HMOs and PPOs. Kind of break that down for us. Tell us give it in layman's terms what all that means for folks.
Sure thing. So if you take a look at that, HMO is going to stand for Health Maintenance Organization. Mm-hmm. PPO is going to stand for Preferred Provider Organization. Right. Both are going to have a network of doctors. The HMO is going to restrict you to that network. If you go outside that network, you're not going to have coverage with that specific plan. PPO functions a little different. It's going to provide coverage inside their network, right, as well as a lower degree of coverage outside the network. The truth is, though, they are functioning very similarly in terms of Medicare, and so as long as you talk to somebody who has your best interest in mind, mm-hmm, and understands your needs, there's not one size fits all, and a good trusted advisor can help you make an educated decision on the right one, whether it be an HMO, right, or a PPO as it relates to your specific needs.
And do you find a lot of people that get confused by all these acronyms that they see?
Absolutely. anything with Medicare is death by acronyms. There's
yes,
so many parts and plans, and again, having a good conversation with somebody who knows their stuff, right, and credentialed to do so, and I'll just say, not the people on the other side of the Joe Namath commercials. Talk to somebody local. Shop
yes,
local. Shop local for your Medicare. It's going to make a big difference.
And before we talk about the big news that you want to share with us today, one more question about Medicare. What if you're traveling out of country? What if you're overseas somewhere?
That's a great question.
So that gets a little gray. Okay. And so what I always recommend to people is they actually have travel health insurance. And so if you're going on a cruise, you're going out of country, get travel health insurance. It's actually very inexpensive, and it's designed for 1 week, 2 week, 1 month trips, and it's a whole lot red tape, and you know that you're covered.
Absolutely. All right. We told the folks up front we have some very important news we want to share with them today about your business. Tell us what's going on.
So I've been helping people with their Medicare here in East Tennessee and Southwest, right, Virginia for 14 years.
Right.
And I had worked with an agency, and that agency got sold, and so last year I started Hometown Medicare Advisors.
Right.
Well, I had always been partnered with this company in Knoxville, but for the last year I've been kind of doing everything on my own, and so I actually got contacted by the company in Knoxville, and they asked me to start an office here in Johnson City.
And that company is?
SFG Medicare,
right,
Senior Financial Group.
And you're with us today representing them. Talk to us about SFG.
I am, absolutely. SFG has been a Knoxville staple of Medicare, serving all of East Tennessee for a little over 20 years, right, and family owned and operated. And so I've been with them for the entirety of my Medicare career and just fell in love with the industry, but more so the people and the beneficiaries of Medicare. And we wanted to expand into the Tri-Cities, right, and we wanted quality people and good trusted advisors, and this guy represents that. And he had already had an awesome track record and an awesome heritage in this business, and so we talked and realized this is a partnership that's going to serve folks in the Tri-Cities. So we feel very confident that we're going to be able to grow together.
And having those boots on the ground here in the Tri-Cities is vitally important.
I cannot overemphasize that. Yeah. You know, if you're talking to somebody just over the phone that you'll never see and you'll never talk to again, you're really at the mercy of whatever they feel like is best for you. But if you talk to us, I mean, we're here. We live here. We shop here.
Right.
We eat in the same restaurants you do, and that's very important. I feel like taking something as federal and as global as Medicare and bringing it with a local
right.
feel, that's what really makes it relevant to East Tennesseans.
All right, gentlemen, great news. Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think this
We're
is going to be
excited.
a good marriage of two entities there that's going to do a lot of good for a lot of
Yes,
folks.
sir.
All right. Let's give everybody some information right now about Senior Financial Group. There's a number right there. There's a website. Learn more today. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by SFG Medicare.